He's like, it's all about the universe. I'm like, the what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, you take too many shrooms.
Yeah.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.
Yo.
There you go.
Welcome back to What They Want podcast, man. DJ Royal in the building. What's going on? Got my man Snow over there.
What's going on, man?
What's happening? How we doing?
Shit, same shit.
We got a special guest in the building today.
Yeah.
You know him a little bit more than me. You want to
Yeah,
give
I
him
know
an
him a
introduction?
little bit. Yeah. We, even though I just met him about 10 seconds ago.
Right.
But
Like, huh?
today we have Smartalec. He goes by Helsing as well. Subliminal Music Group.
What's up, y'all?
Smartalec, yeah.
Thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's my second podcast now.
Oh, yeah, what was the
Sorry.
first?
It was like spirituality adventures or something. Yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah. Anyways, check it out. It's actually kind of cool. Yeah.
Okay, spirituality. All right. We'll figure that out at the end of this.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out.
How you doing tonight, man? You good?
Oh yeah, pretty good, man. Yeah, just a little bit of a drive. I'm up north KC a little bit,
Oh,
but
shit,
not too bad. Kind of part of that airport stretch.
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay.
So
You're
north
north of the
area.
river.
Yeah.
Yeah, north of the river. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? What, Gladstone?
Well, that's a little pocket. It's literally it's Kansas City. It's just a part of the airport, like land stretch, like
Oh,
that stretch.
So you're really up there.
yeah.
kind of like where Staley Farms area is.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I live
I'm like
right-
right by there. Yeah,
Like Staley, the high school?
correct. I'm a little bit south, but
Yeah, a little bit south.
Yeah.
Smith, like, not to Smithville, but...
yeah. no, yeah.
But you're in that
That's
pocket.
way out there.
I wouldn't go over too well in Smithville. I'd say that alien out there.
That was pretty crazy. I've been all the way up there. But yeah, that's good, man. So, first off, man, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I do music, definitely. It's been something that, I've been doing professionally for a good, like I said, 14, 15 years now. But man, growing up, just grew up in the Kansas City area, traveled a little bit, soaked up some culture, you know what I mean, along the way, and just kind of been a sponge as far as the industry goes, and a student of the game, I guess, and just trying to make a way, give to the game. That's really it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what got you into music, man?
Geez, I mean, ever since I can remember, my grandfather played piano for a rock band, Butch and the Boys. It was like late 50s.
Okay.
So they had like one single out that had been put out, and vinyl, obviously, vinyl only. But yeah, he taught me how to play piano at a young age. So that was kind of a part of one of the activities I do every day, while I was spending time over there.
Okay.
Oh.
So I got to learn piano, got to read music early on. So he really that was interesting. Yeah, I can read music, so that was.
Do you still
was
study
cool.
that? Cause I
Not
used to be able to
really.
read music, but I can't. You put it in front of me now. I'm like, okay, I know
I don't.
that is that, and that's about it.
That's
I
the
can't do it
craziest.
too much.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing about it. I mean, it's like when you're playing the piano, reading the music. I mean, you literally aren't like, oh, that means that, and then doing it. It's a different. It's like a language. You just see it, and your body starts working. It is definitely weird.
Yeah.
It kind of freaked me out.
If
I was
you
like,
can, if you
yo,
can read music, you
Said it
are
kinda
an
freaked me out.
intelligent motherfucker. Reading music is stupid hard.
After playing Star Wars, I was like, I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, no more. Like,
Playing Star Wars.
It's fine. I
The
was
force ain't in me, goddamn it.
Dude,
I
was
was
like-
I kind of taught myself how to play it just a little bit, just based off of knowledge and hitting a note. Like, damn, okay, that note sounds like Wu-Tang Clan. So what's this one like? Oh shit, I started a whole song and just learned how to play shit off of that, just off of knowledge and shit.
Yeah, you really just get a feel for it. I hate that part of music. Like, oh man, these are the Dorian scales, and then all this.
Yeah.
No, I don't operate like that. It's just things they're fluid or they're not. You know what I mean? That's same thing with movies. It's got to be fluid, or else this thing is just what is going on.
Yeah.
So
Do you believe in frequencies?
frequencies. I mean, those
I
are
don't know,
technically
Somebody told me that it's all within the wavelengths and frequencies of music and whatnot, and it can connect to your brain and
Yeah, I mean, yeah, our brains
You're
definitely.
talking about reading music. It's like,
Yeah, it's a receiver. Yeah,
See, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it.
there's definitely a correlation. You know, our brain's a receiver, and so it's like tones, feelings, vibrations. It's all that. Yeah,
connects
it's
it.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's hey. I didn't think the whole flows and everything like that. I was like, damn. But even my friend that makes music and shit like that, like he made a whole song off of one frequency, and I'm like, what the are you doing?
What does
He's
that
like,
mean?
he's like, it's all about the universe. I'm like, the what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, you take too many shrooms.
Yeah.
You know what
Like,
I'm saying?
bruh, like, it ain't that deep. I
Yeah, he's
promise.
like, no, he's like, it's a wavelengths, bro. Connects your head. I was like, nah, this ain't it. Like, but hey, whatever. But that's
too
crazy,
funny.
man. That's crazy.
No, yeah. So my obviously grandparents talking about that. They're from the Liberty area.
Mm-hmm.
So
Blue Jays.
yeah,
Yeah,
Liberty Blue
Blue
Jays
Jays.
right here. Yeah.
I'm from north of the river too, so I'm kind of
you
into
know, yeah. There's like 1,000 kids in my graduating class. You know, it's
God
like it's
damn.
yeah.
When did you graduate?
2010.
2010?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm 09, so we right on the...
Right on the dog.
Damn, we're right on the cusp of it.
1,000 kids in.
Yeah.
How many kids was in the fucking school?
Well,
Liberty
so,
was small at the time
yeah. So
when he was there.
9th grade was in the junior high though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they really just had, the 3 grades but that was the last year before they split. They ended up making another high school.
I wonder if you know my friend that went up there. Do you know who Nader is? Nader Hamid?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know
You
who
do?
he is. Yeah. I had a couple
Damn.
classes with him. Yeah.
Damn, shout out to Nader, man.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. He was a menace in class.
Yeah,
dude,
he
I'll tell
was,
you
man.
that.
He was. Yeah, him and my friend Sebring. Yeah. Sebring went there for like 3 weeks and then went to Lathrop.
Oh really? Oh god.
Yeah,
That's
so-
crazy. That blows my mind that there's that many schools in the metro area and you still graduated with 1,000 people. That's fucking sick. Stop.
I know.
fucking-
It was a time. But now Liberty's massive.
Shit. Stop having all these goddamn babies. That's crazy.
He said that's crazy.
Bro, how many high schools is in the KC metro area? Bro,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I mean, there's a lot, bro. And I mean, it's getting
on
bigger.
Kansas and Missouri side, the whole metro is fucking 1,000 high
Yeah.
schools, and each of them got 1,000
I
kids
know,
in
yeah.
each grade.
From Lee Summit to Independence to Blue Springs.
Yeah,
to,
you can go far
Liberty,
out too.
Park Hill, which
Yeah.
West Scanlon went to Park Hill, at least in your puddle of mud, so yeah.
That's where I went. Park Hill South for 1 year. then I
Okay,
moved
South,
all the way
yeah.
down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Park Hill district. So I was all flooded within like Platte County and all the weird shit.
That's funny, dude. Yeah.
That is
Well,
crazy. That's all. Like, Liberty Blue Jays. He's like shit. It's like,
And then, so extended family. I'm a part of the Jesse James descendants, so family tree from them. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
Jesse
Yeah,
James? Yeah, the
Jesse
bandit?
James. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking.
He said it.
I was looking at you, I'm like, bro, you look hella familiar too,
bro.
because I'm big into history and shit. So I'll
Yeah.
be watching all the documentaries.
You're
I'm
like,
like,
bruh.
you look just like that motherfucker.
Go look. No, I'm
Bro,
telling
when
you.
you said that,
Bro,
I got
you
on
look
fire.
just like
no,
him.
go
That's
look,
crazy.
Yeah, go look up the facial structure, man. Especially like my dad. I'm his 6th cousin, but like my dad is like identical. Especially, yeah. Go look up like
That's
the
crazy.
Wikipedia pictures. It's the same. Like,
All right, we're gonna insert a picture of Jesse
yeah,
James.
yeah, exactly.
right here.
Yeah. No, it's crazy,
crazy.
though. Because going up to the farm, I've been up to like the museum.
I was looking at you, I'm like, bro, you
So,
look hella
people
familiar too,
people
because I'm
will
big
come,
into history and
Jesse's
shit. So I'll be
family,
watching all the
so
documentaries. I'm like, you
That's all
look
I
just
do.
like that motherfucker.
Carney.
You look,
Smithville,
bro, you look
Johnson,
just
yeah.
like him. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did a lot for people though. Like he saved farm. Like the government was trying to like run. You know what I mean? They're like railways through it, take property and all that.
That's
stuff.
Robin Hood.
He was stopping. Yeah, he was stopping a lot of
We're
that.
gonna
Like
insert a
there's
picture of Jesse
crazy
James
stuff
here, right here.
Yeah, there's some bad stuff.
That's crazy.
and, yeah, it's all home. Yeah, it's a lot.
That's
for sure.
crazy.
That's dope.
I mean, for real though, you do kind of look like him. So when you
That's
said
it.
that, I was
It's
like, and you're like, do you know who that is? I'm like, do I know who that is?
Yeah, right.
I've had to do some research.
No, that's pretty dope.
The first bank robbery ever was in Liberty by them.
Yeah.
Ever in the U.S. Like, there's still bullet holes down in
Hey,
the
man,
break
Yeah.
what they
on the
want.
square.
We're giving you
yeah.
exclusives.
Yeah.
Liberty's old though. That I don't
Yeah,
know.
it
Was
is.
it like one of the first cities in? I don't know.
It was one of the first cities in.
It was one of the
metro
first
areas,
cities
yeah.
in Missouri. Yeah, I want to say. So it's like Oddfellows home over there is nuts.
Yeah, and
Absolutely nuts.
I mean, I think B&B headquarters is there.
Yeah.
Like for movie theaters and shit, it's right there, and that thing's massive. It wasn't back in the day.
Man.
Remember the
That's
old Liberty? It's a Liberty 12 or some shit on that. It was
Oh
like
my
a part
God,
of a Kmart.
Yeah, yep. It was right on the end, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I went there. Yep, a lot, a
That's
lot.
wild, man. That's wild.
It's like its own pocket though. You got to get out of Liberty. Some people don't get out of Liberty.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You
I
got
know.
to get out of Liberty. Like,
You gotta get out of anywhere, man. You gotta
Yeah.
Park Hill districts and shit like that. You start.
okay, yeah, that's it.
But that's how I feel right now. I want to get out of Olathe. Like Olathe is not good either. So anywhere you're at, get the fuck
I
out.
know.
Come on
Yeah.
to Topeka, man. That's the place to be.
Don't ever go there.
Come on to Topeka, the real 785, man. We'll take care of you. Come on through.
No, just go to Lawrence. But that's crazy, man. So who is your top influences, with like music and whatnot?
Oh, jeez, man. Gosh. I mean, from a young age, like, I grew up on everything from Van Halen, and my mom listened to a lot of hip hop, like Salt and Pepper type stuff. And so, yeah, MC Hammer, grew up on all that, and Nirvana as well.
In the 90s, you grew up on that?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Nirvana, of course. But,
Yeah, obviously some of the latter stuff from Tupac and Big. So, yeah, definitely been heavily into rock and hip hop ever since. Yeah, I mean, even R&B. Mom was playing all that, Jodeci and.
All right, now, I got hold on. I got a hot take.
Like,
I got a hot take for you. Hold on. Has R&B died?
Yes.
I don't know, like as far
R&B as we know it is dead.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was waiting. I'm just, in your opinion,
that's
has
tough.
it
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like completely dead, but it's far and few between to find.
You're not getting
a
birthday
good
sex.
song.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that no more.
The thing is, man, R&B has such a run from, you could really say from like the 50s up until the 90s,
Right.
early 2000s. So it had a 40, 50-year run
Yeah.
of what we know as R&B. Then it switched over to, yeah, I'm singing, but I'm really singing about some gangster shit. Like,
No, yeah.
it's completely different now.
So who killed R&B then?
Oh, I'm gonna say something that was
I
wrong.
don't want to say. It.
You know who
I
I was gonna
think-
say, but
I know I'm waiting for you to
Honestly,
say it, but
I
I wanted
think-
him to
but
say it too.
All right, I'll just say it. I do think that women killed R&B.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
I do
whoa,
think-
whoa.
Hey, I'll just say. I think
Explain that. Explain that.
I mean, I just think that like there's some. It's just I think that they definitely. Huh?
Pop music. It's not R&B anymore.
Yeah, that, and I'm just.
Hold on.
I think it was
hold
like
hold the phone.
they don't even appreciate. You
Time-
know what I'm saying?
Are you? So let me
I
ask
do
you
kind of
this.
agree
Hold
with
on.
that.
Let me- Are you saying women artists ruined it, or women out in the world ruined it?
I think all the above.
So you're telling me?
I think all the
No,
above.
time the fuck out.
No,
so
I'm
you
not
telling me
saying-
if Janet Jackson,
Oh,
fucking
no,
Mariah
no,
Carey,
no.
Whitney Houston if any of them dropped an album, that it wouldn't be real R&B?
No.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, I think that it would obviously, but aside from like the modernization of women as a whole, the music side from females as a whole, they've kind of done it to themselves to where it's like, why are we gonna go, you know what I'm saying, singing in the rain for them now? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, now I'm not saying that they're all like that.
Speaking
they've all
about
done
this,
that.
like
but
there's Glorilla, there's all
That's
these
not R&B
rappers.
though.
That's exactly kind of his point.
I mean,
You got your Gorillas, you're making Stallions, and they're talking about their bodies.
I
And
mean, you
all
have
this
Foxy
shit.
Brown and Lil Kim.
and
Okay, who else?
Shit, I mean, you want to name just female rappers, or
During that time period, who else is it?
you have Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, Salt and Pepper. You could throw in there
No, you couldn't.
as a rapper.
As rappers, Salt and Pepper had. It was a different.
JJ
flavor.
Fad. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You're talking about just rappers, right?
During that era.
well,
Salt and Pepper, MC Light, Queen Latifah, JJ Fad, all of them.
Nobody was paying attention to none of them besides probably Lil Kim and Foxy Brown.
You're insane.
Am I? Nobody's listening.
You're
Hey,
insane.
Lil Kim was big, but Other than, I mean, MC Light probably maybe, but
You're fucking insane.
did they have a bigger impact than Megan Thee Stallion and all them?
And honestly, we're not talking about that because that's two totally different lanes.
Right,
We're talking about rappers and rappers.
Right,
you said
but-
there ain't no rappers. There's rappers. I just
No,
named them.
I'm saying like there's rappers or whatever, but the thing is that like there was more R&B during that time. There's no R&B now.
Yeah,
You want to say Chris Brown's R&B? Because I think he's the one who killed it all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he definitely
that's a
turned it
good-
to pop.
that's a good take.
I mean, I can see that it went pop that way, you know. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
I mean, nobody gives a fuck about that "Look at Me Now" song.
It's because that's what women buy. They buy
Yeah.
the pop, they buy the pop stuff, and that's what sells.
Nah, man, no.
I'm trying
Pretty
to think.
Ricky, all
Who
that
was-
shit.
Who,
You can.
who
So-
was around then though?
Back in
For like Chris Brown
late-
era when he first started, because he started out with some real classic R&B tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came.
club, yeah, he started out with some club joints that Scott Storch did, and then, but that was after like Usher, basically, pretty much. You know what I mean? That was at the end
So
of
I guess
Usher's
yeah.
thing.
After Confessions and whatnot, after that
Yeah.
album, it just
Chris
kind
Brown
of
picked it up.
died down.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, it's been tough. I mean, Weekend, but same thing. That's way
Yeah,
pop.
see,
You know,
yeah, you're
it was
right.
just dark R&B because he was dropping stuff back 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
That's when his first records came out, and those were definitely like, yeah, it's like love songs just became a little bit like,
I mean, that club fist.
yeah,
bump.
like I don't know. It's just tough to be like, oh yeah, let's make a love song because I'm thinking of a girl like Lil Kim. Like you're not gonna, you know what I mean? Those two don't really.
The love
correlate,
turned into
so-
sex, and then the sex turned into some high sex, and now you're talking
Right,
about
yeah.
drugs
So
and
that's
shit.
what we gonna.
So
Yeah, I
it's-
mean,
it
some psycho like
Yeah.
whatever, like it's
Fuck
gotta
my
be
baby
on some-
mama.
yeah,
it
right.
turned off some other shit. Yeah, so
Yeah, it just I think that there are some artists still, that have came out with some great R&B records, but
They're
not
out
as
there.
contemporary as it ever.
They're out
once
there, but they
was.
get overshadowed and they don't make it.
Yeah,
That's not true. There's Bryson Tiller.
Overshadowed.
Never. No. That dude is fucking.
He's
crazy good.
overshadowed.
Bryson Tiller, yeah. No, he did his thing. I don't know. I mean, as far as like, he had some records that just clicked, and then some the later albums, it was like, okay, I don't know, like,
Yeah,
how
he
to
didn't-
take
he did-
this, how do
yeah,
I
you're right.
digest this music,
Yeah, anniversary and shit like that wasn't really hitting the way Don't and all that shit did. So I get what you're saying.
So you think Drake? I mean, I would consider Drake R&B. I would never consider Drake rap. Like Drake is R&B, bro. I can't. That's
He hates Drake.
yeah, I can't stand.
I'm gonna let y'all have that conversation.
No, yeah, but that's
No, I
you
do.
know, he
Yeah.
should stay in that. He should not try to. You know what I'm saying? He should have never.
He had a lane, and he. One thing I do like about Drake,
I don't like when he hangs up.
one thing I do like about him, he's not afraid to go out and try some shit. And I think he got that from Wayne. Because Wayne came out of nowhere, it's like, oh, now I'm a rock star. Shit was trash, but he tried it.
I wouldn't say it's trash.
That shit was terrible.
Prom queen.
That shit was fucking terrible. Only reason people liked it is because of the name that was behind it. It was Lil Wayne. But Drake, he's not afraid to go out and try. He tried the reggae shit, the Afrobeat shit, the R&B, the hip hop. He tried the gangster rap. He tried to look.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to go out there and shoot it. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I'm still fucking Drake.
No, yeah,
You know?
he definitely made that record the Afrobeats record, whatever that I think that was intentional for clubs. That was made
Yeah.
for clubs and DJs to spin all over the place.
Yeah.
He's not really concerned on if people like it or are hating on it.
I don't think he's
At that
concerned
point,
about
like,
I
you
don't
know
think
what I
he's
mean?
concerned
It's
about
like
any
this is a
of his
business
music.
move. Yeah.
Maybe his first album, maybe the second. He was actually
The Weeknd wrote
concerned
the whole second album.
with what was being done.
Yeah.
But anything after that, he's just like, oh well, I'm the biggest person in the world now. Whatever I say, they're gonna do.
Nothing
So-
was the same. After that album, it was not the
Yeah,
same.
no, I mean, a lot of the game, a lot of the, everything, in a sense was he had anything and then some. So he didn't really have to like cultivate too much on his own. He just had to make sure that he was, delivering the right
Yeah.
vocals. That's, you know what I mean? So, but from there, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for him. I think he's in the R&B lane, and that's where you should stay. And that's fine. That does fit him, especially as he's mature. But I don't know. I don't know the
We're gonna find out.
reasoning behind it. Yeah,
We're gonna have to
everything
find out,
else.
see where it goes from there. So speaking on that, man. So what influenced most of like your sounds and beats and whatnot?
Oh yeah. So growing up, obviously with music, like grew up on Eminem, Dr. Dre, and ended up getting into tech. Obviously, he's one of the best to do it, and but yeah, just having a love for music and just being obsessed with Limp Bizkit and new metal. Back in that way, that was huge. So that influenced a lot. That was it. I mean, yeah, just having that passion for it, man. It's just.
I get it.
I learned how to. Yeah, and I got my hands on FL Studio Fruity Loops 3 back long time ago, '04 or something. Was messing in with that program for years, man. Before I was making original beats and. Yeah, so about '05, '06 was when I was like starting to make my own original stuff. I don't know, maybe 12, 13 years old probably. Damn. So I'd been making beats for probably a good 4 or 5 years before I met JL and Cess and Irv the Phenom and Cut Calhoun, all them people. Yeah.
So how did you fall into that circle?
I was just put in. I had there was another producer that had heard of me through someone else, and I just kind of like met up with them a few times to see they've been working in Pro Tools and stuff. So I was just a kid. I mean, 17 probably, and they ended up passing my stuff along to JL, who was J Lyric at the time, and basically he wanted he wanted to buy some wanted to buy some beats, and ended up meeting up with him and stuff like that. Just formed a relationship, and it was probably early 2010, I want to say, almost, So.
Yeah, because that's when you dropped around, or you messed around and made the Dipkiss record. Obviously the whole project with Brain
Yeah,
Scatter,
that was a little bit later of a beat that was done probably more, sometime in 2012, I think early 2012 was probably when the Dipkiss tracks were, that track was made. Don't Say You Love Me was made a little later.
That's a dope ass record.
Yeah, so there were some of those beats on there. I was like, whoa, this is when was this made? Because some of the tracks he picked, I was like, 16, so it was crazy. Yeah, there's a couple in there that's
the thing though, man. You never give up on your craft, because especially for artists and producers, you never know which one's gonna land.
Oh yeah,
I mean, people work songs for years before it finally hits.
There's no real music that's done in vain, but it's crazy because it's really only, a small percentage that really gets shared and, comes out, because so much has to be done for that top 10% to actually, get, heard, and then you're lucky if, you even got, you're lucky if you get one out of everything that you do in your career, to take off. So, that was a good experience, man, and just working with them, and sitting back, was really a sponge. I was just trying to provide them, obviously the ingredients, what they were needing and stuff like that. And it wasn't even my idea to do the album with JL. That was his idea. He was like, no, I want to do the album with you, and okay, all right. So
he did Brain Scatter 1 and 2 with you.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Yes, we did Brain Scatter 1 at Jazz 64111 Studios. So I got to meet a lot of people. I had also, like I said, met Irv the Phenom early on, Cut early on, Joey Cool early on. I mean, that was back when they were first. You know what I mean? Everybody was meeting each other,
That was a Kansas City community. They had,
it was wild. Yeah,
Dutch Newman, Info Gates, all of them and shit like that.
Info ended up coming around, and it was awesome. I got to be up at Chapman recording with Cess Crew for their entire.
Man, you said Chapman's. Chapman's ain't even around no more.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I worked there 2013 up until 2018. Their last stretch there, and Yeah, it was like I got to go up there with Info. You know, it was me and him that were there, like through all the recording process from 13 constant energy struggles. I don't think they did anything else necessarily, like you know, for another album. But I think that was like the 2 week stretch. But yeah, we were in there every day, you know, from noon to midnight.
That's the thing too, man. You got to work with you know people that aren't even here anymore. You know, like
Dude,
like
there's
with,
been too many people that have gone,
True.
dude. Yeah, oh
True,
my god.
but like you know, like Info, you know, rest in peace to Info Gates. But
Nesto, the owner, R.I.P. Man, he did his last project at my house.
I know
yeah.
I'm wearing his jacket. It says
Yeah,
"Long live
that's what I'm
Nesto, the
thinking.
owner."
Yeah, Nesto, man, that was crazy. You know,
Nesto is
I couldn't believe that. Zoo, you know, Zoo B Hood.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened in 2013, man. The house fire. It's just, yeah. There's a, I don't know. I don't want to think about the rest of them.
No, for real. But, yeah, but that's
It's
what I'm saying. Though,
crazy.
like, but not even just with like things that are not even here, like Seth's crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
who can-
I know.
Who can really say they've done records?
When was the last Cess Crew?
Like their
That
last
was like
thing,
2013, maybe 14.
No,
So
I
they
think it was
had-
like 17. I think it was.
They had some
2017?
stuff that came out. Yeah, solo. They had solo projects that.
Yeah, they did solos. Yeah.
Oh man, don't get me started. Yeah. Which was fine, but like Godimus and I had a solo album like early on, like dude, it's like dude, what?
Yeah, but that's
Wait,
what I'm saying. Like
it was just-
they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd
and
sit
it's-
there and talk to Dave Weiner. I'm like, dude, you gotta hear this shit. You gotta hear this shit. Like, I get it. You want to do the EP, that's fine, but they need to drop solo shit. Like, you know, I'm like, oh my god. Same thing with JL. They just dropped the ball. Like, why was this not picked up early? Like, you know what I'm like? Why? It's
They
just-
wanted that Dipkiss name.
I don't know, I guess. I mean, it's
When they
like,
came out with that Dipkiss, it was like
yeah.
we want that name.
yeah, I didn't agree with the timing of everything at all.
That
so.
shit was crazy during all that time.
It was just, yeah, I was just getting too pissed off. Honest, no, swear to God, like I was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, not allowing me to do my job at all, like you know, like,
Man.
so like I'm trying to sit back and help you like direct what is, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, so yeah, but so I ended up, yeah, basically just leaving. You know, about the time JL signed.
right.
I was just like, yeah, I kind of left. I already had other artists that I was producing for. And so, like, things weren't really, like, yeah, like I said, happening. I felt like the way that I just felt like they should. So I started, you know, I had my production company by 2015, I've had like over 500 beats on TV, like Kardashian shows when those were coming out. Courtney and Chloe Take Miami, the actual Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Jersey Shore, True Life. So I've had beats on those shows like 2012 to 2015 time frame.
Wow.
Yeah, so I started, you know, making some money like that, and kind of had my own, you know what I mean, situation going on. So I was like, okay, like I felt like, you know, Lee Strange wasn't letting me, you know, I'd been in the studio with Tech, you know, a handful of times and played beats, given him beats and stuff. So yeah, I was just like, man, you know, I've got Hurricane and Jesus Divine.
This is divine, yeah.
Yeah, you know, make these records for, you know, and like keep them moving, like
I mean,
no
you got
love
to.
lost, like whatever. But I was just like, I can't sit here and like, you know, just be at your beck and call with, I don't know. There was just pieces of it where, just like, man, I just need to just
Cut
keep
losses and
carry
move
on.
on.
You
Yeah,
know,
for
my
sure.
music career never started because of them, and it's not gonna end because of
Because
them.
of
You
them.
know, like.
True.
How'd you work to get your stuff on TV? What was that process like?
That was through a television producer in Atlanta who had, you know, heard beats of mine, and yeah, basically I had signed a publishing deal with them, and yeah, that was basically it. So they picked what they wanted, played whatever part of the beat they wanted, and you know, from that you get your back end publishing, you know, performance rights, royalties, and stuff like that. So that was how I got paid. There was nothing up front on none of that, but that was it was still a great
So
experience.
did you know what shows it were going to be on, or?
No, they didn't really tell. Like, they don't send you like, okay, here's the show's coming out, and this is what's going to be played. You just kind of have,
Just watch
listen
TV and listen.
yeah. The system has it to where it's like, okay, this work or this beat work is titled this, and then this is the duration it's playing, and this is how many viewers are, and so then they do their due diligence on paying out or whatever from that. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, it it wasn't like, okay, they send me the episodes and I decide. They had somebody else deciding, like, when the music, you know what I mean, when part of a beat played or whatever. So yeah.
So as far as like royalties and whatnot, so like on reruns and streaming services now, you still get cashed out for that too, or
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it a
man.
one and done? Or?
Yeah, no, even like Japan had turned like just some of the shows into a movie or something, and yeah, I got paid off that. I was like, what's this? Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
complain
like-
about a free check, but
I was like,
where the
all
fuck
right,
did it come
you
from?
know, the work was done a long time ago, so
Yeah.
cool, Yeah, that happens.
what's
It still
up, man.
comes. I've got almost like 1,000 works that have been put out, that have been released. So it's
So what's that process? Do you send them like a beat pack and it's like, oh well, here's all the beats that I'm giving y'all, or do they sit down with you? Oh, we want this and we want this, we want
yeah,
this.
for
or-
TV, yeah. So basically, I'll send them. I kind of categorize some of the beats, so that way they could find what they wanted to easier.
Yeah.
But I send it to them, and then they just have at it from there.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. No, yeah, and then that's so about that time, that's when I Subliminal Beats LLC, music production company. I just Subliminal Music Group.
Right.
Was producing all the records, so I just started dropping new projects, Faith Under Fire with Jesus from there, Conflict from Hurricane, and then I had the White Magic EP come out about the same time. Yeah, Faith Under Fire did with Jesus, and trying to think what else. Those were the main three, that we dropped initially, and then I dropped another producer album like top of 2018 called Hitman. So I had, really mainly it was them, Hurricane, Jesus, and King Kie on there. And from there we just, dropped another album with Jesus and Hurricane. What do we got? 5 or 6 albums in now that we've done together. We just came out with Biblical Proportions end of last year. Yeah, there's Gucci Mane on there, Project Pat, Gmo.
Gmo-ski?
Yeah. So
How did you get all
it came
that?
through. Yeah, just like I said, just being in the game for a while. I produced for Gmo. He's awesome, man. Cool
Yeah, he's a cool
peoples,
dude.
and I've got a label rep from Universal. I had got distribution in 2020, so that's I've got access to some industry plugs that way.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
I need to get into that. No, okay.
Right, yeah,
It's
no.
like I need to do that.
So
That's
did
crazy.
you build those relationships with those artists ever, or was it just something kind of like you were in the room? This person knew that you had some dope shit, so they just kind of took it and brought it over here, or
Yeah, so obviously like Brain Scatter 1 and Brain Scatter 2 started like 2010, and then Brain Scatter 2 came out 2014. But I'd met Jesus, like summer of 2010, and so by kind of like the end, we had Welcome to Kill a City that came out. JL was on there and a couple other people, and then Hurricane was just right there. He toured with Tech in 2013, so we were all kind of, right here, right there, all in it together. And so I just kind of cultivated, working with them, and things just, continued to grow. I've known King Kie the longest. I've known him since I was like 15. Yeah, so
He's pretty dope. He's talented.
yeah, super talented, man. That's definitely my mentor. Big shout out King Kie. Yeah, for sure.
And I know like Hurricane's been like Tech has been like on him like heavy.
Yeah, I know, man. It's long overdue. That's all.
Yeah,
I'll
for
say.
sure.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it mainly
long
is most
overdue.
of the time with Tech.
Yeah.
It's usually all way overdue.
Yeah,
I think he should have signed Nesto back in 2010. I think it was. He should have been had Nesto on that label.
Oh yeah, man. So
So
yeah,
much talent.
Hurricane's a monster. He's right up there with Twisted Insane and Tech, man. It's like them three. I don't know nobody else. Nope. Three, you don't need nobody else, dude. They're gonna shred you to death.
They are pretty. They're crazy ass spitters. For sure.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think King ISO's up there.
I've heard.
But he's
a good
very
amount.
similar to Twisted Insane. I mean, they're on the
Correct.
same level at one point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, they're all just phenomenal. And that's the thing is like I never wanted to even do my own solo artist thing. Like I don't consider myself a rapper. Like yes, you kind of have to do it on some songs. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've never no. I'm not a chopper. I'm not trying to, do that. I did grow up, you know what I mean, obviously with around that a lot. So
if you're from here, you
it
got it
kind of comes
yeah.
out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard someone that's like actually studied local music here, and I hate to call it local, but
right,
they're from here that doesn't have some type of chop rap in there. Like even if it's a quick little line in a bar or whatever, they got it in there somewhere. So everybody has it in them here.
Yeah, it's a Midwest thing, man. I mean, shoot, even Corey Taylor be doing that. And, he's from Des Moines, and so it's like, it's just it's a Midwest thing. Bone Thugs, it's like
really.
Eminem, bro, St. Joe. That's where people don't talk about that.
Yeah,
that's where
he's from right up the road.
You think I'm from North? He's North.
No, for real.
He's North.
He is,
For real.
Right.
It's like, oh.
It's crazy.
He grew up there too. Like he moved up to Detroit when he was like 7 or 8 or some shit like that. So he's like from here.
Yeah.
They said that every now and then he'll go up there, but he'll buy the whole town out.
Well, he'll just,
I think what was it back in like 2013 or something like that. Like he bought the whole theater and he bought the whole like street off. Just so his daughters can go see.
Oh man,
movie
that's
theater,
crazy.
movies or whatever.
No, that's awesome.
He has. I read something I don't know if he has like some uncles and aunts still up there, or like a grandparent or something over there.
If you look up the song of the
like
Apple,
that.
it's unreleased, but like if you, it's released, but like it's leaked track. It's called the Apple one. He talks about St. Joe.
Oh really? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his
I still got that on my iPod.
brother up there.
Yeah, there's somebody still there that
He's got family here no matter what. Like he knows it, but I mean, he's from Detroit. He grew up his teenage years.
He jumped off the porch. That's where I say, where you from? Where'd you jump off the porch at? That's where you from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's who made you who you are when you jump off the porch. So yeah.
I get it. Yeah. So man, so let's start like. Man, I don't even know where I want to go with this, but like I really wanted to get into the whole thing about Nesto, because like he was a great friend of mine. Obviously his passing and whatnot, but like how did you ended up linking up with him and making Earless?
Man, how did I first meet Nesto? It's possibly I don't. It may have been him getting on Brain Scatter too. I think that he probably came through to record the hook and stuff. So
is that the
that's
Blasphemy
probably
record?
what. Okay, yeah, off Adderall. I'm trying to think because usually people come through to record. They're like, I got this, and so like, I think it was Blasphemy and The Level that he came to record. Yep, same time. So just from there, just like, man, I got beats. Let me know, what you're looking for, and so.
Yeah, he's hard. But that's why like I was like interested in you and so like that. Anyways, with the producer wise, because he's very picky. He has his brother that he goes to for all of his beats, and then when he's like, I'm making Earless with Smartalec, and I'm like, who's Smartalec? And he's like Subliminal. I was like, oh, Subliminal. Because like your track, your drop
tag,
was Subliminal. It wasn't Smartalec, so I was like, okay, Subliminal.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, he was one of the first people because I didn't get my Pro Tools like certification to record and engineer and stuff. Until like 2013, and he was one of the artists that was like, no, I like your sound. I was like, bro, like I'm in class with this. Like, I don't like I can't promise you that this is gonna come out exactly how you want. Like at this point, like when you figure it out, He was like, no, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, like
that's Nesto.
He's like, I want your sound. I'm like, all right,
because you can always go to someone else and like, hey, punch that in there or tweak this here. Like you can always fix something where it needs to.
I was running Pro Tools 9 off like this little Dell laptop, not even a laptop, it was desktop, but it was a slim one. You know what I mean? It's like, it was desktop. It was
Damn.
probably, couldn't have been more than 8 gigs of RAM. And yeah, I just remember it freezing all the time, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be recording and it crashing.
Crash. I mean, hey, man, that's, like I said, you have all those records and whatnot, and I mean, like, my brother's got a track with Nesto on his last album. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the dude, the way he records, and he even with, like, if Ev's in the studio with him and stuff like that, it's hard to get a record out, because they were both, like, I would say they're Jekyll and Hyde at one point. Like, one's like, Nesto would be like, I love this, and Ev's like,
yeah.
So to get your beats and to get your stuff out, like, especially going through both of them, like, that's crazy. And that was dope. It's dope because you got to go through, and they're both crazy people. Like, they're both good friends of mine. Well, obviously Nesto with his passing, but they're both good friends of me, all that stuff.
Ev produced the Devil's Night record on See You in Hell. I don't know if you knew that, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's still making beats?
I snagged a couple of. Yeah.
Damn it, Ev.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I know you're going to watch this too, Ev. I know you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he just does photography pretty much now, him and that camera. So,
oh, yeah. Oh, he's killer with the camera, that's for sure.
He killed it everything he ever did, man. Like, I mean, for real.
I know.
I
never knew he was Nesto's older brother either. I was like, this is your little brother, Nesto. He's like, no, I'm the older brother. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you never know. Like, you can walk up to him like, hey, man, how you doing? He's like, what's going on, man? I'm like, what do you mean, what's going on? You make all these dope-ass records. What's going on? I'm like, the hell? And then you got Nesto over here. He's like, fee, 5-4, 5-4. It's like, what the fuck? But, yeah, they're definitely completely different. But, yeah, Ev was the bigger brother of Nesto. And, like, he is a dope-ass producer.
Yeah.
Like, and that's who introduced me to, like, literally the whole community is, like, him. Because he was like, yeah, I'm on Tech Nine's album. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Right, yeah.
As a young dude or whatever, he's like, no, for real, I'm on In the Air with Craig Smith. And I'm like, don't know who Craig Smith is, and I don't know what In the Air is, and I don't listen to Tech Nine. Mm-hmm. Like, because at the time he was on, like, well, not the time, but he's always on some weird shit. But then he did that, and then there was JL, and then there was Joey Cool, and then there's all these crazy MCs that, the Midwest opened up.
Yeah,
so
it's wild, man. Yeah. Just, everybody that you meet, you know what I mean, along the way. It's like, yeah, it's wild,
And somebody knows somebody of somebody. It's like, damn.
I know, yeah, the longer you're in it, yeah.
They all connect. Connect.
Everybody knows almost everybody in it. But it's great, though, like Rob produced, like, Rob Rebeck, Riot Maker, and some of Tech's biggest song,
Show Me a God. Yep. I think he did Show Me a God because he says his name in the song.
Yeah, he engineered, I think, everything up until something else. He did everything through all 6s and 7s, yeah.
That was like his last great record.
Yeah, which I still go to Rob. I was just at his house like week or two ago, getting some records mastered. So he's doing it out the crib, man. And on the first album I had, American Psycho, he did all the guitars on there. So that's it. Yeah.
So speak about Helsing, man. What made you want to come up with that?
Well, yeah. I mean, so basically back in 22, I'm kind of a late bloomer with it. I don't know. I was never really able to write songs. I never wanted to rap, so really, I don't know. Like, I would credit Hurricane because I felt like on the Beast Stew album, well, there was a couple. On Extraordinary Murders of a Four-Eyed Killer, I did the hook on At Night because I was like, bro, like, you need that, 80s dude with the, sound. And so I recorded that, and kind of was doing some, like, fill-in parts vocally, like, a little bit more rock-type vocal. And, like, Beast Stew was album that Hurricane and I came out with that I produced of is him in middle of 22. And so, I was, like, really just trying to do hooks better than him. Was like learning, obviously vocal ranges and things like that. And, he's like, bro, turn you up, turn me down. You know what I mean? I'm like, are you sure? Like, you can just blend me in, And so then from there, I was like, man, like, I'm like, what? I don't really know how to go about writing a record. You know what I mean? My own solo stuff. I had never done it. And, Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you're driving one day, listening to some, beats and, you know,
You get some words
especially
that come into your head, and
I really figured out basically like, yeah, guitars are really one of the things that I can like, in a sense like harmonize with or find the pockets and then, kind of like fill in the words later. So I wasn't ever like, oh, let me think about this. It's more of subconscious. Like I feel like my music isn't like conscious music.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? This isn't like, oh, I'm gonna whatever deliver. It's like almost like Kid Cudi, how he kind of goes into as an experimental type of thing to where he's not like
a whole project. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's this like melodic. You know what I mean? Sense of it all. You're not really but I just have more of the rock side. I feel so. Yeah. I just have to find like where like what. Obviously what beats like where my voice sits in naturally.
Yeah.
It's not
Makes
like,
sense.
oh, I love this beat, so I'm gonna kill it. It's like, no, like how does my voice sit in? Like, what key is this beat in? Because I need to know like I sound best in these keys. So once you start to figure yourself out, you can like literally dissect, which is kind of what I had to do and what I was doing. I was recording the Dark Empath mixtape along with like the American Psycho records at the same time, and I was like really just trying to experiment, on beats that I was like, I felt like my voice could sit well in. That's why there is some like alternative rap. There's some like shoegaze. There's kind of like Hotel is a dark R&B record with my dude Six Lungs is on that. So it's like, yeah, I was like experimenting with myself, with my own voice in that time frame. But yeah, I really wanted to hit the ground running. Like Helsing was supposed to be, I wanted to make it a band. I wanted to do, like I said, a little bit more of a new metal, hard rock / alt / you know what I mean?
kind of the
band situation.
kind of the Limp Bizkit kind of.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Correct. So I had a couple guitarists, in line, and I was trying to find a drummer, and like I couldn't, lock in a drummer, and so me being a producer, I'm like, I'll just do the drums then. And so it's like, well, here we go.
Myself,
Like,
then,
coming 360. Yeah. So the American Psycho record was definitely, the first 8-9 songs are like hard rock, new metal stuff, and then, I have a record with Casper on there and on the second album, but yeah, that's my dude out of New York. He's with Atlantic, but Travis Barker like did his old EP. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Casper at all, but
I've heard the name.
yeah,
I heard of Kasky, not Casper.
No, Casper. Yeah, he's an all alternative pop. It's like it's weird. It's like the Juice World. It's like alternative / pop.
Okay.
Like, so it's weird, but yeah, man.
You might have to link you up with this dude named Santero. He came through and did an episode. And he's really on that type of level of stuff. So
yeah,
might have to link him up with him.
That's primarily what I'm on, But yeah, from just doing my own solo stuff, I mean, and being able, trying to write, like, it's kind of one of those things where I can, I'll pull up a beat and that I know, like, you know what I mean? My voice is already like, okay, yeah, it's going to go well with this. And yeah, I'll pull up a track and, whether it's hum, doing whatever you can, and then just kind of like build the song backwards to where I'm doing the background parts first.
Yeah.
And it's just like this weird process, and then by the end of it I'm like able to fill in words, and I just try to let songs fall together rather than like trying to make the song happen. It's like
I've done some stuff like that, trying to, like, you got a beat and you just like, I don't know what's gonna go on this shit here. So
but you trust it, you feel it.
Like,
you're
the
like,
beat
nah,
is dope. Like, it's gonna be a good song, but it's like, all right, what the fuck are they gonna say on here?
Yeah.
So you just start doing the melody, okay, humming in your head, like, all right, okay, at this part, someone's got to do something like this, and then the words come later.
Dude, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you just have to trust that, and yeah, I mean, you got to know like that it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter like what's being said as long as it's gonna make sense to some degree. You know what I mean? Resonate, but yeah, that was one of the big things too. Is it's like, and then you hit these spots where you're like, okay, what am I going to do about writing? I feel like I'm at this not a writer's block, but just kind of a block energetically with like, you know, I kind of go through phases of recording. Like, I'll record a crap ton for a week, and then I won't record for like a month or something. You know, like just for whatever reason, it's not happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, I really stopped trying to make the best songs. Like, you can't sit down and be like, I'm gonna make a masterpiece. Like, it's not gonna happen. Just
Well, you got to think, man. Like, you look at damn near any artist out there, their first song ain't their first song. You know, it's been something that's working. If you get a hold of their early tracks, it's something that they just threw together, put some words down, and spit it out. You know, so so it'll happen as long as you keep going.
You gotta progress.
I believe that. Yeah, the more that you try to force a lot of records and make songs that people are gonna like this and whatever, like you can't. I feel like the more you're just like, no, like you got to make the music that you like. You got to make the music that you got to make it for you. Like, and not
you gotta
making
experiment
it for
too.
people. Yeah.
People think that they're in this lane when really they're over here, but they want to be over here so bad. But it's like just try this and watch you take off. You know.
Oh yeah, Big Sean talked about that. He was like, "Man, I was trying to make a hit for years, and that the I Don't Fuck With You record, that was a joke. It's like, but there's that you have to have that energy of like I don't really care. Like I'm doing this, I'm having fun with it, but also like obviously I take this serious at the end of the day. But like you have to ride that fence line.
It's funny, a lot of songs like that, and a lot of artists that they make those records when they're mad at the label or whatever, and they're like, man, all right, so I got to give you 3 more songs. Here, have this piece of shit. Yeah, and that's the one that gets in their Grammy. Like what the fuck?
What DMX did. DMX hated fucking Rough Riders anthem, I think it was.
Here, take this shit, and then that's your biggest song ever.
He's like, I hate that fucking song. I hate that record, but they're like, play it. He's like, God damn it. But yeah, all right, so let's as we wrap this up, man, because time is getting timed, but let's do it. We ask this on everybody with the podcast, man. Do your Mount Rushmores and shoot, what would we do? Like producers? We do producers this one, or are we gonna go with musicians?
What would you say? Where do you fall at today? Are you the producer, or are you the artist? Like, what are you feeling today? And we'll go off of that.
Right. What am I feeling today? I don't know, man. I mean, I mean, we could do both. I don't care.
Well, I can do both.
Right, let's do both. Fuck it. I'm with it.
So you said top 4 on both?
Yeah.
Both sides?
Yeah, your Mount Rushmore.
Oh, man.
Mount Rushmores.
Yeah, I mean, producers. I mean, definitely Scott Storch is up there, and you got Timbaland up there. Ooh. Have to. That's tough, man. You got. I'll say Lex Luger. Put Lex in there.
Oh wow.
I mean, that's a pioneer.
That's
a pioneer, though.
That's crazy right there.
All right, your 4th one has to be this one.
Pharrell.
Kick you in your knee. What?
You said Pharrell?
Pharrell, yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Lex Luger threw me for a loop, but I'm not mad at that at all.
Where's Dr. Dre?
He had a lot of co-producers, though.
You see, I'm not gonna. I can't be mad at that because you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Look at the list that you named, man. You could. Where's Kanye? Where's someone? Like
true.
You're right. You put some heavy hitters on there, so that's what's up. That Lex Luger,
yeah.
Yeah, that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He did have his own time though.
Oh yeah.
That fucking
That's great.
Waka Flocka, tear the clubs up. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Oh man. But no, so is hip hop or just like
music?
Across the board music, man. I mean,
we're not just.
I don't know. Eminem's definitely up there. I wouldn't say necessarily number one, but yeah, I mean,
it doesn't even have to really be in order.
I feel like 50 Cent though is still one of the best rappers ever. I would put him above Jay for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
What?
Best rapper ever. That's crazy.
I think he is. Wow. Man. I think 50 is.
I will speak on that after.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. Cause see, it's like I guess with that question, it's more of like you got me thinking like just I don't know, hip hop and
it's all your preference of whatever you feel like. My Mount Rushmore, I have Chameleonaire on my
you're a new metal rock star too. So I mean, if you got to throw someone in there on there,
Yeah, I mean Corey Taylor, you could throw him on there. You could throw, I mean, obviously Kurt, Cobain on there. There's probably too many. You know, it's
to just name 4, but that's why we said Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, these are the first that come to mind. That's it.
So now I gotta ask you this question, man.
Yeah,
you got Rich and that's right.
So 50 Cent has 2. We're just gonna go off to. He has 2 real deal, legit albums that did numbers.
Yep.
Then he quit because he made that deal with Kanye. You know, if you outsell me, I'm gonna quit. Quit. You know. And then he threw some shit out there here and there. You know.
Mm-hmm.
With the lack of music that he has, how do you say that he's one of the best ever?
Because with his lack of music, you know, the amount of records that, went absolutely crazy. And I do think that, which I know that there's a part of him not being able to continue that has more to do with, you know what I mean, New York in and of itself than the fact that he just wanted to do TV.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, he could have continued to do music, but obviously at what cost? Like, that's what I think a big thing with that is.
So here's a hot take about 50 Cent. I wholeheartedly believe he didn't need to do anything past Get Rich or Die Trying because he said everything he needed to say.
That is
in that one album.
No, that
is. And then then you throw the movie in there.
Yeah.
Like he literally said, "This is it," because he wanted to talk about how he got to where he's at, and now he's off and running. You know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean that is by far one of the best albums.
But then he had G Unit too.
Made.
When he had G Unit, like his time was there, man. When he ran it for sure.
That stuff with Mobb Deep.
Oh yeah,
I
know.
Mobb Deep,
I know. He did some great stuff with music.
But then he came out with Piggy Bank, and then his whole career went.
Right.
You didn't like Piggy Bank? That was my shit.
Killed his career.
That was my shit,
bro. Dissing everybody, and you know who really killed 50 Cent? The Game. With G Unit. Like he couldn't go anywhere and publish anything with G Unit. They're like G Unit, G Unit, and he's like no G Unit, and they're like no G Unit. You made a 15-minute track against G Unit.
I know, yeah. But what do you guys like more? I mean, did you know, from what you've heard production wise, or I mean, you know, even artist wise for me, was there anything that stuck out to you, or that did you feel like, I don't know, you know, I felt like I guess some of the artist stuff is a little bit more of like, you know what I mean, my own personal like, you know what I mean, self-plastered on there rather than it just being a beat. It's like obviously, I'm still, you know what I mean, it's a creation of mine.
Yeah.
But it's not as like, you know, vulnerable of a situation. Like someone doesn't like your beat, you're like, okay, but like
but I mean it's also your style with beats too. I mean, like you just sat there and said Lex Luger, he had his style.
Correct,
You know, like and some people loved it, some people were like, all right, we're tired of hearing this shit. You know, like
no, exactly.
It's the same thing with like fucking the turn up music and shit like that back in the day. Like everybody had their time and their sound and shit like that. So really it's you know, your sound and what you're influenced by and like, you know, what makes you who you are. Shit.
I know, I went to Atlanta a lot, so I had soaked up a lot from some of the artists down there. I met some people, some big artists. I met like Future and Quavo and Young Thug. I'm trying to think of who else I'd met down there because I got to work out a Patchwork recording where like some big albums came from. So that's where I did the Flood album with Jesus Divine, the second record. So we went down to Patchwork, Atlanta, went down there a few times. Definitely just for that album. But so I got to meet, I got to work with Millie Golightly. She's on Young Thug's record a couple times.
I know who that is.
Yep. Stephen Jalen, he's came up out of like Raleigh, but Atlanta area, and just soaking up the cultures like that. And then it's just I feel like I've been a sponge with music. It's just like some of the art stuff is definitely just that being regurgitated.
So here we go. So this is the last question we're gonna have. But like this is what it kind of transfers into. But we do this with everybody on the podcast. So it's like, who would you want to see on the couch? Obviously, the What They Want podcast. Who would you want to see on here? And if so, you got to help us get them.
Oh yeah, no, of course, man. Really, man. Six Lungs would be great to get on here. King Kie would be great to get on here. Shoot, Jesus, man.
Because I've tried to holler at Hurricane a few times about the pod.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
like
can
to
try.
hear it.
Yeah, especially when he's in town. You know, he lives up in Canada, so.
Oh, he lives in
Yeah,
Canada?
yeah,
Oh.
No wonder his ass ain't on
like
there.
that.
There you go. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then. Okay. All right.
But yeah, of course, yeah, I'd have no problem at all getting them. Yeah, so.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'd love to have them on. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Hell yeah. We can do it as a whole like collective. It's a subliminal music group.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Well, shit,
all right, man. Well, there y'all have it, man. Another episode of What They Want podcast. I'm Snow. That's DJ Royal.
Yo.
Smartalec. Helsing.
Yep.
Make sure you guys.
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, where can they find you at real quick?
What,
Where can they find your music at?
What, like,
Yeah,
right here.
Your socials, where can they find the music at,
right
man?
here. No, yeah, Instagram, man. Facebook, Twitter, yeah, SoundCloud,
Okay.
Apple, Spotify,
He said SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
There you go,
On
man.
the cloud, man.
The cloud.
right.
SoundCloud era, though. He said the
Said Lil Uzi Vert's.
Yeah.
All right, man. Until next time. We out.
Yep.
This has been brought to you by Dialectic Media Group and slubarts.com. Thank you for watching. Love.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.